What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about the final book in the Graceling Realm trilogy, Bitterblue by Kristen Cashore. So I was a little bit nervous going into Bitterblue. It takes place 8 years after the events of Graceling. It takes place about 50 years after the events of Fire, and I had heard really mixed things about it. It is very long. I heard that it was a little bit boring, but ultimately what Bitterblue is the story of the Princess Bitterblue from Graceling coming into her own as a queen. She's been the queen for 8 years, she is finally of age, and what she's noticing is that there are so many gaps in everyone's memory. There is so many problems and so many existing things that have been carried over from King Leck's reign, and his reign was one full of trauma and turmoil and just absolutely horrible things. So what she wants is to figure out how to reconnect with her people, and she is under so much pressure from her council. She is just overwhelmed with all of this paperwork, and she just wants to be a teenage girl. So she starts sneaking out of the castle, she makes a couple of friends, and she starts unraveling all of the destruction that Leck wrought on Monsey. And it was a very stunning story. I think Bitterblue's story is really amazing because this is one of a girl who discovers like her sexual attractions, like her sexual desires. She really does fall in love with this one boy, and she figures out what all that means, what that means for her as a queen. She is trying to figure out who she is because Leck was such this horrible monster, and how can she reconcile the fact that he was her father, and was he even from the Seven Kingdoms, and what does that mean for her? What does that make her? This was Bitterblue figuring out who she is and really becoming a really great queen. I did like a lot of the cameos. We have a lot of characters come back from the previous books. We do tie everything together with the events of Fire as well, but when it came down to it, I do think Bitterblue was just too long. There's a lot of stuff in this book where I feel like it was just dragging on. There's a couple of plots in there that were cool and I liked them and I did like where they went, but I don't think they were necessarily necessary. It kind of just bogged the story down, and I know a lot of people don't like where the stuff with King Leck is taken. It does get a little bit extreme, but I think more than anything, I really admire Kristen Cashore for going there, and I liked that aspect of the story. But there was also this other underlying plot of like things going missing and figuring out this little thief, and like lots of little threads that they went places, but I think she was just trying to do a little bit too much when it came to Bitterblue. If it had been a little bit shorter and a little bit more focused, I think this book could have been truly special. But as it is, I would say it is my least favorite of the trilogy. I don't think that's necessarily a revolutionary opinion. Graceling is still definitely my favorite, but I do think Bitterblue had a story to tell, and that we needed to see her perspective, and we did need to see her becoming a queen. There was definitely a story here, and I am glad that we got it. I am giving this book a B-. I do think I would recommend it, but it is definitely skippable. It's not super memorable. I do like this idea of colonization, and Bitterblue is like a biracial character, and her coming into her sexuality. Kristen Cashore is doing a lot of amazing things here, but as a whole, the book is a little forgettable. It is a little boring. It does drag in parts, which is why I am just giving it a B- and saying, I recommend it, but not necessarily required reading. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!